Welcome to day 18 of this Advent devotion, where we've been looking at a different name of Jesus each day. And today we're going to look at the term Messiah. In John 4, Jesus meets a woman of Samaria at the well of Jacob, and he asks her for a drink. And it leads on to a conversation in which the woman asks Jesus if he is greater than Jacob, where she acknowledges that he is a prophet, and where they discuss appropriate places in which to worship. And then the woman says, "I know Messiah is coming." And Jesus responds with the words, "I am he." Added here by John are words explaining that Messiah is the same as Christ. See, the word Messiah we translate from the Hebrew, and then that was translated into Greek as well for to Christos, which we get the term Christ. So Messiah and Christ are in fact saying the same thing, that Jesus is the chosen one of God. He is anointed. So Jesus didn't really proclaim to be Messiah, but he didn't reject the claim. He didn't reject that name when others gave it to him. Why do you think this was? Well, people had notions that the Messiah was going to be a revolutionary, a warrior king, one who would rid them of the Romans. But that's not how Jesus saw his role. And the term has been widely used since the days of Jesus, and Paul used it extensively as he wrote to the Greco-Roman world. And so it became a second name for Jesus. And I think really the reason is political. See, when Jesus was crucified, the notice above the cross read King of the Jews. And it was a charge. That was ultimately the reason for which he'd been sentenced. Only Caesar could give someone the authority to call themselves King of the Jews. But as Paul writes to the Gentiles, if he'd have called Jesus King, which we have to remember he is, and we must not lose sight of that at all, it would cause problems with the Roman authorities. The term Messiah or Christ, though, a lot less loaded. And as we get closer to Christmas, I see more and more signs of people putting up, "Keep Christ in Christmas." The truth is that those who object to Xmas are not realizing that the X is the sign of Christ. It is the first letter of the Greek word Christos, and it's been used as shorthand as such since long ago. Jesus is the Messiah. He is the Christ. Just as he confirmed when that Samaritan woman said the Christ is coming. He came to earth. He was born in a stable. He died on a cross. So salvation was available for all. So don't get hung up on emphasizing the first part of Christmas, but acknowledge that Christ is the X of Xmas. It's more important that we see him, that we recognize him for who he is, than it is that we get hung up on words, wasting energy on fighting a fight, which in the grand scheme of things just doesn't matter.
Oh come,